it does its thing, but it's kind of hard countered by the format. And F, obviously, it's just trash. It's terrible. Now, with that explained, I feel like we can start going into the actual decks and talk about the tier list.
And if you don't see your deck listed here, it means that we don't care about it.
No,
I'm just kidding. It means that people aren't really playing it that much. Of course, it might be on any of these tiers, but it doesn't see a lot of representation, so that's why we're not talking about it. All right, so first of all, we're going to be talking about Rockets. What?
All right, so all right, what tier do you guys think Rockets go in? Where would you put it, guys? S, A, B, C, D, E, F. Blue Eyes, Super Heavy Samurais. DDDs happen to be sorted as trash. Make sure to tell space S or A. I think I'd have it probably like A for my personally, but let's see what they say. Alpha as A. All right.
Here do you reckon this on?
If you've watched my videos, I've definitely said it. You know, whenever I'm trying to make a video, I kind of hope I hope to see Rockets. And it's not that it's a bad deck though. It's a really good deck. I personally, I may be willing to put it in B or C. What are your opinions about it?
B and C seems pretty safe to me. I was gonna say maybe C because people probably sleep on it. But you know what? When you say B, it like makes sense to me because it really can fight against S and H.
Really? Yeah.
So I mean, it really can fight against Orcus. So I don't know. It's a really good deck. I feel comfortable placing it in B, but I also understand it being in C. I have a little bit of a biased opinion. I beat it a lot, which is why I'm trying not to put it in C.
But yeah, I can put it in B. I feel confident putting it in B as well. If we feel like we can put it in C later, then we can definitely do that.
Do you want to go in on Chronomatch?
All right, where do you guys got Kronos at? Where do you guys put Kronos? Yeah, 1.5. Yeah, I feel that. Like, Kim. Personally, I would probably put Kronos in B. Probably. I feel like they're good, but like they're not like if they put Kronos above Rockets, no shot they do that, right? Which one is sleeper rank? Sleeper rank is I think C. Who made this tier list? This is Team 6K on YouTube, guys. Kronos are B or C? Yeah, B or C, I feel like, yeah.
That's right. If you guys are really
they on the DL tier list? Or not DL?
You might remember that in an old-ass video, we called Chronomalies Chronomats because it's basically just spamming out Xyz like Ornaments. This deck can summon and negate and then keep playing. You can also play through interruptions really nice.
You know, it's funny because the deck before, they were capable of winning games, and it was just funny to even explain how they beat you, but they were just so good at doing it.
Right.
And now they've actually got a boss monster, a negate, which is really nice, and
I
they can keep negating, so that's even better. You know, keep putting more material on itself, which is even nice if you're playing pure Chronomaly. Pretty nice. They're pretty good at going first, pretty good at going second. I don't know. It's just an overall good deck.
Yeah.
I would feel like, I mean, it is tier 3 now. I have nothing against it being B. I can't even say it's a sleeper because people are definitely seeing it. They're definitely feeling it.
All right, so the next deck we have to talk about here.
Okay, so they put it on par with Rockets. I do think Rockets is better. At least they didn't put an A. At least they didn't put it an A. Okay.
This deck
Madolche. Where would we put Madolche, guys? Rockets high, A low, S. I feel that. Where is Madolche's now? So now that the draw sense low level, I'm thinking like the nerf. E F. I feel that. All right, fair enough.
It realistically it kind of fell off. It still does what it does, but because of the skill nerf, it's not like it can't do what it was doing. It's just a lot more fragile at doing what it was doing, basically.
It's already a deck that needs to go second, which is already kind of a big deal. If you don't have a turn 1 in this format, you know, it's pretty easy to get dragged. It's not terrible. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it in F. I don't know, honestly. I may put, it's very fragile somewhat. It is good at going second. The skills nerfed. It's just
Oh no.
maybe D, I guess. Maybe D, I guess. I'd I'd honestly be okay with it in E.
Because D kind of fits, because D being the tier where good decks fell off. It did fall off. We can't deny that. It's just not shit. That's all.
Yeah, no, 100%. Next we got Raid Raptors.
All right, Raid Raptors, guys. Now it's like the new support. Where would you guys put Raid Raptors at? I think they're a little bit better than people give them credit for. I might consider like maybe C tier. F, really? Oh, you guys are really low on Raid Raptors. Oh my goodness, yo. Okay, yeah, I think I was thinking C, but you know, I mean, I don't think they're like super that bad. We're like an F tier, but we'll
Honestly,
see.
probably about the same tier.
They're
To
really
be honest with you,
consistent.
the turn one play, not amazing.
Yeah, City.
No real room for staples, so pretty much just one disruption. Not amazing in this format. Not amazing in this year. To be honest, we're in a much different place.
Yeah.
Going second, though, they can do great things, and they're not at the same restriction as Madote, for example, where they have to rely on, you know, a skill as hard, and, you know, just certain things like that. They're not as fragile. They're able to really go in and break boards going second. So I feel like D does make sense. I couldn't really put him higher. I can't put him in a sleeper deck because I don't think that they could even compete with the other decks that I have in mind to even go in that category.
To be real, yeah.
Maybe going second, but you know that is under certain conditions.
All right, so next we're talking about Sulfur Chords.
All right, Sulfur Chords, guys. I see it. Yeah. This definitely got some interesting things. Yeah, Extra Deck's really strong for Raid Raptors. Kobe, we are on Duel Links right now. I have to refund that. A, I was thinking A as well. A S for Sulfur Chords. A to B. Fair. That's fair. All right, let's see where they're gonna put Sulfur Chords.
A lot of very high spots in the KC Cup, and it didn't get nerfed even slightly, even after getting that many spots in the top 100 of the KC Cup. So we have to respect this deck. We can't sleep on it. So what do you reckon? What tier do you reckon this has to be in? Because we know it has to be B or above. We can't sleep on it.
I'd be willing to put it in B. It's a pretty solid deck. That's pretty much how I feel about it. It's just pretty solid. It's overall really nice at doing what it does. I don't think it necessarily is, you know, overachieving. I don't think it's, you know, going into the A's and S's.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, B. It's a pretty well-rounded deck. It can compete. It can do it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I mean, if they like, if you think about it, if they put like, I feel like Chronos should be below the Rockets and the Sulfur Chords. But other than that, it's not that bad. But yeah, Kobe, I'll refund it after stream. Don't worry. Galaxy Eyes. Okay.
Next we've got Galaxy Eyes.
I don't even like right now. Galaxy Eyes. Like, would you put it in E or F, or where do you guys think? Yeah, Chronos don't even exist anymore. I mean, they're not like terrible, but. Alright, Galaxy Eyes, guys. Where do you put Galaxy Eyes? F, E, D, C, F? Yeah. Like, I haven't seen like a Galaxy Eyes. I don't even know if I've seen Galaxy Eyes win a duel. It's the nerf. It's crazy how far they, after stream, Kobe, after stream. One of the best decks right now is Chronos.
They just got nerfed. They don't have their negate anymore. They do have a Link 2, which is pretty nice. It's definitely not in the same place. I feel like I would probably be hard pressed to put it above D. I'm definitely not putting it in E or F. I don't think it's trash, and it's probably D. I couldn't put it in C either. I don't think it's a sleeper either. It's gonna have a hard.
All right, so putting it in the same category, I feel like with Dolce and Raid Raptors, you could at least like win games with. So I feel like they should put it down below that. Wait, Orcus around Odd Eyes is B. That's fair.
Time going against the current format. Yeah, it's definitely a D to me.
But Gandora, they've fell off. They fell off
Alright, so
ages ago.
are we talking just pure Gandor, not Gandor Orcus? Like, I feel like if we're talking Gandor Orcus, it's definitely gotta be way higher. But, like, just pure Gandor, yeah. Alright, I'm assuming they're just gonna say pure Gandor. Where would you put pure Gandor, guys? Orcus Gandor is A, yeah. Um, that list is here. Yes, Kobe, I said I'd give it to you after Street Door. Pure Gandor doesn't exist yet. We'll just see what
But
they
then
say.
Orcus came and saved their life. I don't think
Okay, okay, so I think they are considering Gandor Orcus here. I think they are because they did say that. So you guys saying A for Gandor Orcus? Okay. Any other where would you guys put Gandor Orcs at? Orcus Gandor is A. Any other takes for Gandor Orcus? To be above the Huli. Oh, where would I B? Yeah, that's fair as well. B for you guys.
regular Orcus, but they're way better than the old Gandor. Because turn 1, they're surviving. Turn 2,
Alright, so we have an
removing
A, B,
card
A.
with ding. So I feel like it's, you know, since it's not Phantom Knights at the end of the day, right? But it's still pretty good. And I know that we're gonna sound like a broken record by continuing to do this, but B again, I feel like is where this one belongs.
Gandor Orcus and B tier. Alright. Alright. I think most of you guys would say that.
So
So
next
they
we got
agree with
Synchrons.
them
This is
there.
pretty much this is your guy.
Alright, so Synchrons after they Synchrons after the nerf, guys. One good take. Where do you guys put Synchrons after the nerf? First correct placement. Are we thinking maybe C tier? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? D? I can see D. D. Alright. They probably end up no way C. Yeah, yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Let's see where they put it.
All right here.
Too
So
much.
I mean, you probably wanna
Alright.
go ahead and take this away.
The deck lacks some competitive viability, to be real with you, at least the way it's played right now. They go in on a super powerful play turn 1. Don't get me wrong, the play is super powerful. They can really go into Quasar turn 1, and going into Quasar turn 1, that's a fantastic thing to do turn 1 if you can do it. Or they can go into a Croco Dragon and draw 1,000,000 cards turn 1. That's also freaking busted, alright? So don't get me wrong on that. But if that's the only thing you're doing, Book of Moon, Chalice, you're done. It's over. You need to have more than one thing going for you. Even if that one thing is amazing, like a Croco Dragon or a Quasar. That version of the deck, I would probably put it at C because it's not mid.
Even with the Croco Dragon, right? Like they draw like I believe maybe like 3 cards or something. I don't know.
I feel like
they draw a solid amount of cards,
So
right?
C,
But the
some
issue
guys are saying
is
D.
like they are a monster heavy deck. Like they have to play a lot of like extenders and stuff and for consistency to get that combo off. So you're more than likely not even drawing into like a Book of Moon, a Chalice, or anything. So you're still really at the end of the day ending on a Croco Dragon, which is a discard 2 to pop, which is it's cool and all. You know, the draw is cool and all. It sounds all cool on paper, you know, but in reality, you did all that for a pop, one pop on the opponent's turn,
just to
or
lose
you
to
know.
a Chalice. So next one on the list is the World Chalice.
All right, World Chalice, guys. Where do you put World Chalice at? Where you guys thinking? Where you guys thinking? Go second deck periodize. This is F. You can think all the way at F. Okay. Yeah. C, D, F. All right. Yeah, I could see like definitely lower than like most of these decks for sure.
Regardless
But
of
we'll
which
see where I
version you're
put 'em.
playing, has one pretty blinding weakness, which is the fact that they only have monsters. If you only have monsters, then and you don't have any back row at all, some decks are completely fine with that because they got really good survivability. Well, Chalice has really good interruption, but because all of that interruption is focused entirely within monsters, you know, that said, those monsters can't be booked because they're links, and they have really good follow-up. If the opponent is even slightly breaking through your board or even slightly playing through it, they're killing you that turn, really, because your survivability isn't amazing. So I personally feel like after the nerf, we can kind of put it in the like in the D or C, somewhere in the middle of those two. I feel like because it's not terrible, but it does have weaknesses, so we can't necessarily put it in the B. Would you agree with that, Weatherman?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that.
Yeah, it's not that okay. They didn't go super high. All right, at least it's a C. Probably you guys probably say D. Yeah. Why is Warrock on the list? I just noticed. Hey, Warrocks, you know.
Alrighty,
Hey.
next we've got Rose Dragons.
All right, Rose Dragons. All right, so I would personally probably have it like with their tier list. I'd probably put it at C. Like I don't know, but like it's like weird because like where it should be. Where do you guys think Rose should be? C? Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys think lower D, C, Rose Dragon? Everyone says C. All right, let's see if they're gonna agree with C as well.
Rose Dragons are pretty nice, to be honest with you. I've been using them a bit. They're pretty cool. You know, they got their turn one stuff. They do have a version that can summon Trishula on the opponent's turn, which is pretty nice, to be honest with you. They do have to play one brick, but you know, it is one card, so I mean, it's a pretty decent chance that you're not gonna get it unless you know you believe in the Discord conspiracies that you open those one of. Like, they're definitely not SNA. Like, they're definitely not gonna do great versus Orcus. But I don't know if I hold them in the same regard as like Rockets, Chronomaly. I don't know. I might have to put them in C. I don't know. How do you feel? You feel like they're a B?
I feel
you
like
feel like they can get above.
I feel like they can be in the limbo between B and C. It really makes sense because I do think that they got some competitive like umph to them. They got some punch in them because they can banish the whole grave, and that's kind of relevant. Gandora kind of fills the same spot as it in the meta. So if you're trying to play a boss monster that banishes the whole grave, are you playing Ruddy Rose or are you playing Gandora? You know,
that's a fact. You're gonna be playing the Gandora, you know, and it's gonna be a lot more explosive too. True. I might have to just put it in C. I don't think it's D. It's definitely better than D, 100%. So I
All right, guys, they put in C. Everyone agreed on C. All right, there you go. Is the lag coming from my end or yours? I think mine probably like the loading screens. Yeah. But hey, I mean it's fine. It's fine.
put it in
Who
C.
put Rose
Next
Sal
we've got
here?
Salads.
All right, Sal. I am interested to see where you guys think salmon grades are in the current meta. I think what I'm assuming this is pure salad. Salad's probably B or C. We see D, D. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see.
You know, the
We
Salmon
see another
Grapes.
D.
It's a pretty solid deck. I mean, they've got follow-up play. They've got the Unicorn that can go into Firewall. I mean, it's a good deck. I mean, what isn't there to say about Salmon Grapes, to be honest with you?
as you said, it's super protective. It's got really damn good follow-up play and really good survivability. So this is everything. Pretty much, Salmon Grapes is everything you want in a deck. The only thing it doesn't have is some broken thing, because the broken card that it had was banned.
I feel like it's a powerful enough deck. I definitely don't think it's in the air. It's 100%.
All right. So C. I feel like if you look at the decks that they got in C, like I feel like that seems fair, but maybe lower. Yeah. Maybe like I don't know. Like, would you guys really put? Yeah. I mean, they should have their D tier lower. That's the problem, right? Like their D tier should be lower, and then like maybe Salads could place there. Who is talking? This is just Team 6K Duel Links.
I think there's no real debating that. But I can hold it in the same regard as a Rockets or
Raptors are bad. I mean, I feel like they could like maybe.
It's going first. It's a really good deck. It's gonna survive, and that's something that really matters in the format. And then going second, they can really go in. Yes, they don't have their broken thing, which I do agree with.
Yeah.
But they can consistently do good things and play through a lot of like they have room to play staples. So you know, as well as they can play through a decent amount of disruption. So I don't know. I feel like I would put it in B personally.
B makes sense to me. So Dark Magician is the next deck.
Wait, did they just put Salads in B? Oh no, no, no! They put Salads in B. Oh. Okay, I gotta respond to this for Casey. Oh, Dark Magician. Um, I mean, I think probably like D, but like I feel like with their decks, like DM could probably be C. Like on their tier list, Dark Magician on C would make sense. But I'm flaming the comments. Yeah, I'll send a link after. Don't worry, after. We gotta. I don't want to like spoil you guys like where they put everything. Yeah, the Dark Magician is S. Where do you guys think where do you guys think Dark Magicians actually should be though? Like I'm starting a petition to shut this. Yo. Well, but yeah, honestly though, where do you guys put DM? B? These guys are actually living in April this year. Yeah, yeah, just April. We'll just see B. All right. Well, S plus.
We're talking about, and this
Let's
is a
see.
deck that both Weatherman and I have some experience with. However, the version of the deck that we're talking about is the version that Day has more experience with. So, what do you reckon about Dark Magicians?
Oh, you mean the Black Magician?
My bad.
So
I meant to say.
yes, my brother. Obviously we've got the same mother. It's a good deck, right? There are
No, we're just reacting to a tier list video right now, Daniel. DM fell off
things you
crazy.
can do if you want to
Yeah.
get a different turn one. Like I said in the video, you know, if you play
Okay.
more of the magical dimensions, which it is a disruption, but you do have room to play other things, which some people do. You know, I play warning points, some people play even further. So like, even though you do have a disruption, you more than likely have something else that isn't. So I don't think it's
Isn't that what it's called in the OCG, I guess? Or I'm pretty sure. So like, yeah, it's not like technically
too
wrong.
deep that your main disruption is destruction, as well as an alternative, you've got the fusion, which does float, and if you play circle, you do get to have a banish,
Yeah,
which is not
high takes thinkery.
destruction, as well as consistency. It's a solid deck. I don't think that I could hold it in the same regard as B though. It's a sleeper. I feel like it really is a sleeper. That's kind of it. Now that I'm really thinking about it, just feels like a
All right, C. I mean, like on their tier list, I think it makes like for their tier list specifically, C would make sense. But you know, it's just because their tier list is like a little scuffed for sure.
sleeper deck. It's one of those that you come across, and you're just like, oh, this is Dark Magician. You know, everyone just plays Dark, and then all of a sudden they can just start going off. I don't know. It's a really interesting deck, but they're not going to go second great against like Orcus, for example.
C definitely makes sense to me as well. So Magistus, all right.
Okay, Magistus. EF. What do you guys think? Where do you guys put F for Magistus? Yeah, I mean, you know, F E. All right.
Has to be a sleeper, regardless of where we put it.
No shut.
I'm pretty sure that sleeper is the highest Magistus can possibly be.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, people aren't really playing this deck, but it's not like it's bad. It can consistently put up a couple of interruptions, has decent survivability, and has really damn good follow-up play as well. It basically does the same thing twice, very consistently, very easily, while also playing through interruptions. But nobody plays it, therefore people are sleeping on it, right? I'm not saying it's Orcus out here, all right? What I'm saying is that it could be Salamangreat, and with its current power level, I feel pretty confident putting it next to something like Dark Magician, Synchron, Rose Dragon. You know what I mean?
So next we've got Muskets.
Right, so they put it. I don't know. I feel like it should at least be D, at least be D. It is Orcus out here. All right, where do you guys put Muskets? Muskets probably E. I think like Muskets actually can do like alright, maybe D E like on their tier. Probably E, but like Icy, please, yo. But like they have some plays, like they're not like the bottom of the barrel of these decks. I would say they gotta say B with Icy. Every deck he faces is strong. True. But like they have like good plays with muskets, but they can negate. But like I'm not saying they like anything close to like C, B, A, S, like E, F, probably potentially D. The takes only based on card reviews, not actual gameplay.
The old magical
Probably.
muskets. This is a solid deck. I honestly might do a video on this soon, but they do have some really nice plays if you don't happen to have a book or chalice, which is only going to be a 3 of. So the trap banishes 3 from the grave, as well as them having a spell which negates you and reduces your attack. So some really nice stuff, to be honest with you. They do have some nice plays, but like I said, they can just be booked or chalice, which is a big deal. But since they don't have to worry about book, chalice, and backer removal, and they're more than likely only having to worry about 3 cards that's in your 20 card, or in this format, maybe 22 to 24 card deck, it is a decent chance that you don't have it, as long as they do play the Lance and they do play balance.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, I kind of feel like C is probably about the ceiling for it, right?
C. Yeah, no, I think it's got to at least be D. Copia, at least D. At the very high.
Heroes is up next.
Heroes. All right, Heroes. Wait, all right. What are your guys' thoughts on Heroes? Like, actually, if you combine all the heroes into one, or like the best heroes, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? DMV with the bid is over, please. C. All right, you guys think C for Heroes? No way. Wait, where you guys actually play Heroes on your tier list? Where did they put muskets? Yeah, they put muskets in C. Yes. All right. Let's just see where they put it. Let's see where they put
Heroes are the bane in my existence. They don't even have Bane yet. They are a problem, man. The skill is busted. I mean,
which one?
You could probably talk about this. I know, right? Which one? You could probably talk about this a little bit.
They have comments after the
not
video,
one
guys.
broken
Let's see
skill,
the comments after this.
Not 2 broken skills, not 3 broken skills, but maybe even 5. They might have 5 or 6 broken skills, to be honest. They've picked the best one for this format, which basically searches Super Poly. Really simple. Put it in the B tier.
B tier? I mean, like, considering their tier list is not the worst. Like, yo, what's up, Hunter? Yo, yeah, we're reacting to this tier list video right now. They will rise again. This video should be called Track. Yo, the Reddit community. Yeah, Heroes is still good. Yeah. When was this? 7 days ago. 7 days ago.
I feel like it's not the best deck in the game. It's not the second best deck in the game. It's not the third best. It's just always good, though.
Did you mention Liquid Soldier and how they can draw 2 cards and discard 1 just for fusion summoning with him, bro? And this is not just fusion summoning him with him from the hand, using him as material from the field. If you use that miracle fusion that you search for and banish him from the grave,
I don't think they're out yet.
You still get the draw 2. Like, it's disgusting, bro.
You
it's
draw
disgusting.
2, and then you discard one to be used for your other miracle fusion.
Exactly. I wouldn't even be mad at someone for putting it in A. It's definitely
to be real,
a pain.
That's
Mermail Atlanteans kind of.
Mermail Atlanteans, guys. Remember this deck for the KC Cup? Where do you guys put Mermail Atlanteans now? I mean, you got nerfed with the spell Marine Greed C. You think Marine Atlantean C? S tier, obviously. D, C, D. I feel like that's fair.
Ironically, have a very unique spot this format because it's got really nice and
D, right?
relevant matchups. The first one, funnly enough, Heroes. Okay. Because Heroes Super Poly, we just mentioned the Super Poly, right? They don't have a water fusion to go into. And because of all of the monsters in Mermail Atlanteans being water, Super Poly is completely dead against them. If you can turn off your opponent's interruptions just by existing, then that's a pretty good thing to do. Of course, not every deck is heroes though.
Croc
You
with
guys
the
might have
one.
heard of a card called the Big
It
Spoiler,
hurts.
and you guys also might have heard of a deck called basically half of the decks in the
Croc
game.
and
Orcus
They
Bell
put
activates cards in the grave.
PKS.
Salamangreat activates cards in the grave. I can keep going because it really doesn't stop. So I feel like having it in the A tier is a potential. However, its matchup against most of the other meta decks isn't amazing. It's mainly just Orcus, so it can definitely compete with SNA. So I feel like it fits perfectly into the B tier.
Next, we've got Phantom Knights here. Pretty nice.
Whew. Yo, I thought they were trying to put it in an A. Okay. Saves. All right, where are we putting? Where do you guys think? All right, so I want you to tell where you would put PKs and where you think they're gonna put PKs, guys. Where do you think they're? Okay, you think you guys? Where do you guys think they're gonna put PKs, and where would you put PKs? What can Water Exceeds do except when Abyss Dweller is inconsistent? All right. They're gonna put PKs in C. They will put an S. All right, yeah, I feel C is fair. C is fair. They're gonna put C, B. I feel like B, C. Oh no, I mean it's so weird, right? Because like their B's like it's like the tier list is like where we would put things and where they would put it. It's so scuffs. Yeah, B. Like it's. I feel like it would be like a B tier, but like a lot of these decks in B should be moved up to A. Like that. B, C. Like I could see either of those. Yeah.
Nice, pretty nice deck. I actually use this to hit max in the KC Cup. In my eyes, we're already hitting. This is definitely an A rank for me. What are you thinking? What's your opinion on the deck?
I think it's A rank, and if somebody wanted to try to convince me that it was S rank, I would listen to them. Requiem is technically the best negate we have in the game. It's not Quasar, but it's easier to access. So this is kind of the best negate we have in the game, isn't it?
I mean, honestly, pretty much. It's a negate and destroy too, as well as when you get that last negate
between B and C,
and you discard detach. I'm sorry, the monster,
this
bro,
is before
and then you get to summon your
technically
Dark Rebellion, bro. Like
GG. So then.
All right, so yeah, if PKs are the best deck in the format, guys, you didn't know.
Vendreads is kind of.
All right, Vendreads. I feel like this is at least like probably at least a DEF somewhere between there. Can someone recommend me a good reference? Oh goodness, All right, yeah. So somewhere around there. Let's see where they do it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
they can combo off
that.
because they're just really damn good at spamming. On top of the fact that they also, summon something that protects your entire field from targeting and destruction. So I feel like this deck has to be a sleeper because obviously it's not getting all that much competitive success. However, you could jump on ranked with this. They're going a long win streak because the opponent just I don't have an out to this.
With their level 7, I believe his name is Battle something. They can also, more in the future, and technically speaking, even now, summon him to stop hand traps. Stop himself from being DD Crowed or Ashed in the future. So next, we've got the boys Mech Knights.
Mech Knights, guys. Mech Knights. All right. Too bad nobody really plays the deck though. Yeah, it's not like I don't feel like it's the worst deck. Like Sean was actually playing it in KC Cup not that long ago, I think, and like actually was doing all right with it. But like it's probably outdated from the last meta. D to E for mechs. C, D, E, Mech Knights C. They are 100% farming comments. Yo, we gotta read the comments after for real. See like if the comments agree with them or not. Mechs is not C. But yeah, where do you guys think? They wouldn't dare put it C. It was S, now it's E. That's alright.
Prior to being nerfed, they were disgusting. They were in every decks that didn't even need to use them. They were able to go into their link play, search for their trap. Their trap was a nice little negate. It was a really great deck. So if we were talking about this pre-ban list, this would probably be AS. Honestly, probably just straight up S tier. But post-ban list, I think Undead could probably let you know exactly where they stand.
That the consistency has been hit to such Should
So first tech they put F is Mech Knights. I mean, I guess that's probably at least
agree that you can either play a bunch of staples and brick, or play no staples and lose. Like the nerf is so egregious that I for a joke I have it in the F tier.
Okay,
But technically speaking, it's just fallen off.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Okay.
just as good as the decks that are right next to it.
Yeah, okay.
Just because it can do what it does, it's just that it's really
Alright, say
inconsistent now. Kind of like Medolce. Alright, so next deck is Cosmos. They
Hey, we saved it. They saved it. Alright, where in the world is Cosmos, guys? E? You guys think E, F, D? Why is Cosmos? I mean, Salad is B, so I'm not confused. Fair. C. Oh, you have C all the way. You got Cosmo up. Okay, so I'll underrate Cosmo a bit then. D. Yeah, Dark Destroyer. Oh yeah, they do have Dark Destroyer now. You're right. C. All right, so we're looking around a C to D.
did very recently get support. Needs more support. So I feel like I can pretty confidently put it in the E tier, just because it's not like it's a bad deck or anything. It's really hard countered by the format. Pretty.
Right. Was this? When did Dark Destroyer come out, guys? When did Dark Destroyer come out? No, this might be before Dark Destroyer. If it how long? Yo, appreciate that follow, Little McQueen. Last month. Okay, so this should be after Dark Destroyer's out.
What do you reckon about that day?
I feel pretty similarly. They have a solid disruption. You know, they're not the most consistent deck. It's kind of a bit of a gamble. They do have to play some back row, but you know, when it does get going, it does get going. It does, start doing things. It is destruction based, which is a problem. E probably makes the most sense to me. Automats.
Alright, automats, guys. Automats. It's an okay take. That's fair. I mean, I could see like anywhere C, D, like, yeah, maybe, but like I feel like it's probably above E. S tier? Yo, you think S tier for automats? Yo, no shot. Okay, we got S, B, C, A. I feel like A, B, S. No, not S. Not S. Probably low A, high B. Wait, yeah, somewhere around there.
Are insane right now, to be honest with you. I mean, if you've seen Undead's video, you've seen a little glimpse into the craziness that they can get into. Pretty great at breaking boards. They're pretty great at going first, to be honest with you. A turn one automat board is not a board you want to see. To be real with you, turn one board alone is S rank. The turn one board is 100% S rank. They can play through disruptions. I mean, you could probably fill in the turn 2 for them just a little bit.
2 and 2 is nearly as good as the turn 1. It's just if the opponent is like really smart, then your ability to play through your opponent's interruptions isn't going to be as strong. If you go first, hey man, you're the best deck in the game. You're putting up 3 interruptions, right? You go second, you might put up 2 interruptions and break the board. At the end of the day, if the opponent interrupts you properly, it's not like we die if the opponent is smart against us. It's just that we aren't broken if the opponent is smart against us. So for that reason, I feel like A is great.
Yeah, no, it's
so put A,
insane deck. Like I said, turn one automats is not like a deck that you want to go against.
Trick Stars is the most annoying deck.
Alright, Trick Stars, guys. Fair, yeah. I mean, like when you look at the B tier, I definitely think there's a few decks like they would. I feel like they would like Rockets could really do pretty well versus automats with like but I don't know. Where do you guys have Trick Stars at? Trick Star actually better than automat? No. Let's see. Hold you. Trick Star ain't better. Why is Trickstar on the it's not. They're not gonna put Trickstars on S. Don't worry. C. I can see a C. C. Yeah. C seems fair. Hey, what's up, Devil
in
McQueen?
The game? But that's just because that's what the Trickstars are.
This is Team 6K. What's up, City Boy? Can we get a shout out for City Boy, guys? It's B to C. Yes.
And designed to do. They're just gonna gradually burn you down gradually kill you slowly, and just kind of be okay until they win. And that's a really weird gameplay of just being fine until you just somehow win out of nowhere. So I personally
have like the feel is actually like pretty good for Trickstars, not gonna lie. Like it's not the worst.
Find this deck to be a sleeper.
So that's pretty nice.
Alright, so they put in C all the way, they put it like bottom C, so they put it behind. Okay, I don't agree with it being behind like Muskets, Magistus, Revenge Reds. I think it should be above those decks. Maybe like on par or World Chalice. It could be above World Chalice probably. Maybe probably above Synchros. But like other than that, yeah, okay. Odd Eyes low A. Rank A for Odd Eyes. Yes, that seems fair. That's fair. Do they even know deck Odd Eyes is a better auto?
They can go into. I mean, before I even talk about that, they're a consistent deck. They've got the consistency cards out the wazoo. Like
I technically, I guess this is before Wisdom Eye, guys. So if that changes your opinion, where would you have Odd Eyes before Wisdom Eye?
That's the main reason I don't play the deck, because of the amount of boxes I need to go through to get the consistency card. They can get.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you, McQueen?
Got a rank 4, a rank 7, and a rank 7 detaches to the pop, which is really nice. But it is destruction, which is a big deal. It can play through disruptions, but I'm not gonna act like it's the greatest at playing through disruptions. It feels like a overall well-rounded deck. So C kind of feels right to me. You know, if this
C tier for Odd Eyes, guys. All right, okay. All right. Well, everyone says A. Nah, C.
Where a sport like Odd Eyes is pretty much like 6-man of the year. They're gonna come off the bench and they're gonna drop some buckets, but they're not a starter.
Metal Foes is a.
Alright. I'm assuming they don't know how to play I see. This is why I knew we had to react to this video, guys. Like I knew it's just too good. Metaphor's actually sleeper. Well, if it's sleeper deck, it'd be like a C tier then for for their tier list, basically. That's what they said sleeper is. Metalfoes is good if the player is good. That's fair. No way it's B. Let's see where they put it. I
kind of feel like this is another one of those ones that I don't have a choice but to put into the sleeper category just because nobody really plays it. It kind of is in a good spot, this format, similarly to Mermail Atlantean. It has a really good game against Orchist. It can negate things and non-destruct remove things. And that's something you really like to have for your interruptions. And it also has pretty good survivability and pretty good OTK power. Cosmic Cyclone is a very popular card this format. A lot of the popular Pendulum decks get around back removal, preventing the Pendulum summon by putting Pendulum Scales into their Pendulum zones using a skill so the opponent can't interrupt it. This deck doesn't really have it the same way. They can do that. However, traditionally, you're playing probably another skill, so you're still pretty interruptible by Cosmic Cycle. If your combo gets stopped by backer removal, it's not the best place to be.
So I'm not going to put it in B tier. However,
it does have a pretty good matchup against Orcus now and then, so I feel like it's got to be a sleeper, right?
Code Talkers. Alright,
Code Talkers, guys. Pure Code Talkers. I don't know if that's valid. Are they talking about salad code or just regular Code Talkers?
A really, really nice deck.
I don't know if they're talking about Code Talkers, DC.
I mean, they go in turn 1. It's not the hardest board to break, and they don't necessarily have a great follow-up play, which definitely would hold them back a lot. But going first, they can seem like a really big deal. So, I mean, I would say that they probably are a sleeper deck to me. What do you think? Would you
see? I mean, it's not the worst.
Be able to put them in B?
I don't think.
Or do you think they're a sleeper too?
I feel like the fact that they can't
I'll send the link after the video, guys. Don't worry.
Man Greats anymore really hampers their ability to play through things really well. Like they can play through things, but not as well as they could before. It's unfortunate. But
a really big deal where it's just firewall and cross wipe at worst. You can tell me Kotakas are better than Odd Eyes.
you know,
Nah.
like you said,
They
everything
should
they
be
do
able
is
to support
fantastic.
Odd
So
Eyes, and that's for sure.
Sleeper feels like a really good place for it, even though it does have its weaknesses. Abyss actors.
Alright, well, I'd probably put Abyss Actors DE somewhere around there. What do you guys think? What do you guys think for Abyss Actors? They have a Sealed Tomb Turbo. I was like, wait, why'd she say Jade? D, yeah. Like, that's like their best feature right there with the Sealed Tubes Turbo. Hmm.
You know, technically speaking, this is kind of in a similar scenario to Raid Raptors in the fact that it has an absolutely amazing turn 2, but the turn 1 is kind of annoying because it's not that good. You can use the rocket package to give you a better turn 1. It can allow you to go into Evil Swarm Nightmare to interrupt your opponent during.
I mean, this is before before the mini box, guys. Before the mini box, so keep that in mind. So they don't have the new Abyss Actors
If you
up
went
here.
second, of course, you're going to do regular going second things. However, unlike Raid Raptors, the going second capabilities aren't that good against Orchist. And of course, you know, when we're comparing decks, I know that every deck can't all just be, well, what about Orchist? What about Orchist? Well, Orchist does exist, and it is by far the most popular deck in the game, and it is kind of warping the format around itself right now. So
That's
while
fair.
I might, technically speaking, say that Abyss Actors and Raid Raptors are about equal, maybe in a regular format it would even be above Raid Raptors. I feel like just because of the existence of Orchist and the fact that these guys require to destroy the field to be able to go for game most of the time, it's probably going to be lower than Raid Raptors. But I will admit that there is that scale that allows you to take control of the opponent's card rather than destroying it, so that could be pretty nice. Depending on what version of Orchist they're playing though, they might be able to dodge that. So I feel pretty confident saying that this is in the D tier. We can say that it fell off, right? It's not as good as it used to be, but it's not like it's bad. It does what it does, and it is good. Like, if you're going against
Just
a
please.
deck that isn't Orchist, you could very well win if you're playing it correctly.
Kind of going off like what you were saying at the end there about, you know, if you're playing it correctly, you know, I like to try to think of it being, you know, the best pilot playing the deck. How would the deck do? And I feel like, you know, on average,
They're
maybe
never gonna get
it would
into
probably
DD
be
space.
about like a D or whatnot. But I do think that they would be able to play around a decent amount of the meta. I definitely don't think I would have them tier 3 or anything like that. I don't think they would even be tier 3. But I could have them at a decently high kind of rogue. I just think they don't have enough of a kind of player base for the deck. I don't know. I almost want to say I could see it and
Yeah,
I feel like it kind of can clap the D category. I mean, I haven't seen post ban list Mech Knights too much, so I won't speak too heavily on it. But I don't know. Maybe it's a coin flip, but I feel like they could really go hard on the rest of the D.
You know, I could say that I can put it above the rest of them on D, but then when in my mind when I compare Abyss Actors to the rest of the C tier, I feel like the C tier should kind of dog walk.
Madness.
I feel it. I mean, I definitely can see some games, some matchups that is probably in his favor, but I guess he's probably not too strong against a lot of C. So I'm willing to fold on that. Next we've got DDs. Pretty solid deck.
All right, DDDs. True. Where S for DDDs? Where do you guys got DDDs at? I probably put it at A. Yeah, Hunter says A, B, A. All right, so we have A, S, B. Let's see where they put
Deck
it.
well rounded, which is why I offer it before I even say where it is. It is already C or above. It's a pretty well rounded deck. Turn 1, they can summon Dengursu, which is pretty nice. It is going to protect them, keep them alive, which the skill kind of helps them do. They can search for Lancia, which is also great against the deck that summons Dengursu, which is Orcus. Going second, they can summon Dengursu, which is a non-destruction removal, which is also really relevant as well as they are pretty hard to stop going second. Though personally, I don't think
I
I've
mean,
ever lost to DDs, but the data shows that it is hard for to win against them going second. It is somewhat difficult. I don't know, man. They might be a B. They really might be a B in my eyes. I mean, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking
what do
B
you
as
think,
well.
buddy? I mean,
I,
hey, you guys said B. I mean, Jade and Alex said B. They say B.
I was just
They,
looking at the C and I was like, well, it's not C. It searches Lancia. If you search, I feel like you know C if you search Lancia, right? But also I'm looking at A and it's like, that's Onomats and Phantom Knights, bro.
Yeah, B is
Yo,
definitely home for it. It's a really good deck.
so
It's just a little better than
they say DDDs can't compete with PKs and automats, guys. All right, fair enough.
well-rounded. To be honest with you, I like to
Right.
think that C is kind of just my well-rounded decks that are just kind of good at doing what they're doing. But
Starry Nights is a deck that not very.
All right. Valk. Wait. We need Valk here, guys. Where would you put Starry Nights? Unironically, C. B. You put B. No shot. You put it at B, Hunter. What? C. Yeah. I mean, like. All right. Let's see. This
Very
is
many people
before. So
play,
before
but
the new
enough people
support, I think. So would be before the new support. So do keep that in
play it
mind.
every month
C to
for it
D.
to be seen on the top deck section of Duel Links meta. So this is going to be able to keep annoying you by just gradually destroying all of your cards. It's kind of like a new age Gaia. It is kind of interruptible because if you have just enough removal or just enough disruption, you can just stop them dead in their tracks, to be real with you. I'm going to put it in E for now. And then Burning Abyss,
Well, rip Valk. Rip Valk. E tier Starry Nights. All right. Yeah, Starry Nights are anti-meta, so it's hard to rank them. That's yo. What's up, Swag? All right, where are we putting BAs, guys? Where are we putting BAs on this tier list? Oh, also, did they not put S? Okay, they did put S Force. Okay, Swag, you came in time for S Force. BA on C tier. All right. Any other takes, guys? Or you guys think C, D? Behold the best tier list ever, Swag. For real. Let's go. All right, let's see. D.
if you're Farfa, or
Just
if you're one of the many
away.
Burning Abyss players in the TCG, then it goes in the S tier. But unfortunately, in both the TCG and in Duel Links, we happen to live in the real world. It's a sad reality. I know. I love Burning Abyss too. It's alright. It's not in B tier. It's not in A tier. It's going to be in C tier because it is very well rounded. It's got very good survivability with their Seer. It's got really good interruption with Farfa.
I mean,
and Beatrice
like
is overall just a really
fair.
broken
C,
card.
D
Being able to
could
send
be around there.
any card from deck to grave. So there's like infinite amount of variation that you can put in your deck as long as you adhere to the restrictions of the Burning Abyss themselves. The deck's got a lot of really good grind game, decent enough interruption, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have anything
they got
super busted. Obviously, Beatrice is a busted card, but in Duel Links, we don't have all of those busted things like a snow that we can send with it yet.
we've got Infernoids.
Infernoids. This is after the Infernoid nerf, guys. Where do you put Infernoids after the nerf? Honestly, F all the way down to F. I don't know if I might go like E, or E maybe. F seems like I don't know if it's the worst tech out of everything, but we'll see. Z.
And they are in the infirmary. Apparently, they have
I mean, that's
kicked rocks. Man, they were capable of doing some solid stuff, putting bodies on the board, multiple DD crows, capable to get a monster negate, I believe, on the field, the trap to help even more, the spell with consistency. I mean, they had it all to be on the tier list. They were a pretty well-rounded deck. Now with the nerf, yeah, big GG's in the chat, man. They could only hope to be a shadow of themselves.
I think at least
I don't know if I could put them above. Yeah.
So S Force.
All right. Force. All right. Swag. This is your chance. Where do you put S Force on the tier list? This is your deck right here. S for S Force. All right. All right. Everyone else, where do you guys put S Force on the tier list? They're actually not bad. like probably B, I would think. All right, wait. So this is maybe C, C, B, yeah, somewhere around there. Let's see where they do it.
I
If
happen
they
to
don't say
believe that
S
this deck is
Faithful,
actually phenomenal. S4
yeah, that's fair. That's
Chase
fair.
chases all of your monsters into the banished zone. It's like Trishula, but it's a trap, and you search for it, and it's amazing. And that's really all I have to say about how good it is. I can sum up how good that deck is just by talking about that trap, and for that reason, I'm gonna put it in the B tier, alongside a bunch of other decks. I'm not
All right. I mean, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. That's fair. That's fair. S4 is tied with D on the
gonna
same tier
act like it's
DVDs, by the
Onomat
way.
putting up 3
Same
interruptions.
tier
I'm not gonna
DVDs,
act
space,
like it's
Gunfire.
Phantom Knights putting up the best interruption ever, but its interruption is so good that it boosts the entire deck to being one of the most played decks on top decks right now.
Oh, yeah, Crystal Beast Orcus.
No.
They have a general idea.
All right, Crystal Beast Orcus, guys. Crystal Beast Orcus. Where do you guys put that at? On the tier list. If Inferno was at full power, I might feel like Orcus wouldn't be good against it. That's fair. That's fair. B for Crystal Beast Orcus. B, C. Anyone else want to say anything for Crystal Beast Orcus? Or are we just gonna go with B, C? C minus? Okay. C. All right. So it looks like
Of what they
consensus
do
C,
would honestly be
C,
disgusting. I'm not
D.
gonna lie. Just really thinking about that just does kind of sound disgusting. Because I'm playing pure Crystal Beast, and I feel like it's unfair. So being able to do the Orchid stuff alongside it, I don't know. It seems like it's probably bannable, probably ban list hittable. Going from ignorance that I haven't seen it a ridiculous amount, I'm just gonna have to say A. I haven't
Alright, A. Pure Crystal Beast is pretty bad.
gotten to see
Alright,
it do some really
special
crazy
place for
things,
that
but just in
time
theory,
frame.
from what I know from it, and seeing that it is decently popular and it is performing decently well on top decks, and in some tournaments and whatnot, I feel like I'd have to put it in A myself.
Alright, so this must be like when Crystal Beast Orcus is like this must be the beginning of Orcus, guys. Alright, so we'll give it a little bit of a break here for that. Like it's like before like the new builds and stuff got discovered.
Weatherman happens to be a very big fan of Crystal Beast. He's been playing pure Crystal Beast, and he sees how broken pure Crystal Beast is.
Pure Crystal Beast are broke, guys.
Right now. So if Weatherman, who mains this deck basically, believes that the pure version is broken, imagine you put Orchis into it. Holy. You use the Transcendent skill, discard your Orchis, your opponent can't respond to that. So you get to activate your things without fear of DD Crow or Lancia.
Resonators.
Alright. Resonators, guys. B, I think Hunter says B. I mean, okay. Any other guesses? D for I would think so. You see, Crystal Beast is so broken that nobody talks about it to avoid its trade. Resos are C. Alright, so we see B, C, D. Yo, what's up, absolutely? How you doing? Alright, let's see where they put it.
They're a great deck. They're well rounded. Let's just get that out of the way. They're well rounded, so they're already C or above. The trap is what they've got to get on the bit broken side. So they've already hit the B or above. It's ridiculously consistent. They can play staples. They can play through disruptions. They can play more Wild Wind to make it even better to play through disruptions. And then Red Ray banished any monster on the field lower than your synchro, which is going to be a 10 or a 12 or maybe an 8 at the lowest. Just nasty, bro. Actually nasty, bro. Non-target removal. You can get the trap back by synchro summoning a dark dragon. That's better than real life. Real life can't search Red Rain, so eat that, you real life TCG player. I don't know, bro. I feel like I'd have to put it.
Hey, real life, they're getting a new Resonate structure deck, right? Or like new Jag structure deck, so I think they're living pretty well in real life.
How do you feel? Can you talk me out of an A? Can you talk?
You're gonna have to talk me out of an S. No, I'm just kidding about that.
Yo, Resonator's better than Chronomalies, Rockets, Sulfur Chords, Gandora Orchis, Heroes. S. All right. DD. Yo, Resident Evil's better than DDD space. I'm sorry.
I feel like if this deck, bro, it's got the room for everything. As you said, you got room for staples. You can do whatever you like when you're deck building. When I look at everything in B, resonators should clap it, right? Most of the time. Like Red Rain is such a powerful interruption.
On top of the Red Rain, you know, because of the skill, they are inclined to play Skullmeister. So not only do you have to deal with a Red Rain, you might have to deal with a Skullmeister to negate your grave effects, or maybe even a Lancia. It's not like they don't have the room to play whatever they want to play.
Harpies used to be the bane of everybody's existence.
Legit, PK is on that resonators. All of Hunter made this tier list. This is his alt, guys. This is his alt account. All right, obviously. That's how you know it's bad. All right. Realistically, harpies. What do we think about harpies, guys? I don't even know like harpies now. Like DE, maybe that'd be my guess. I guess like they still can do some stuff. Q, yeah. Have my PKs, automats, and resonators. Q for harpies. All right. Let's see where they put it.
Distance and Duel Links, and they got nerfed because of it.
I do this.
And now they're completely unnerfed, pretty much. But they kind of fell off, to be honest. But at the same time, they do everything that they used to do. But everything that they used to do just isn't good enough.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Bottom of D, high.
If they already have back row to interrupt your monster, and that's kind of weird to be. So they might prefer to go into a rank 4. But if you want to go into a rank 4, there's other rank 4 decks in the game, right? So I feel like D's a good place. Do you feel any different? Maybe lower, maybe higher?
I mean, when you've got a deck that chooses to not even summon their boss monster, you know, I feel like that in itself kind of tells you where it is.
Yeah,
like they don't even go into the thing that they're built to summon. I feel like it's in D. Dynamist is pretty nice.
All right, guys. All right. Harpy skill can deal with back row, but nothing else. Yeah. Where I mean, F. I don't know. This might be like I haven't seen a Dynamist. I don't think I've seen a Dynamist. What do you guys think? And you guys can say above F for Dynamist? Like I don't think I've seen one. He said Dynamist pretty nice. Yeah, this is fun.
It's pretty nice. He's pretty dropping it in the S tier. Pretty nice. So going second, which I think this probably does come up a little bit. Going second, you know, you're not gonna want to activate the skill. So it does kind of leave you a little bit more vulnerable to a cosmic or an MST. Yeah. And then if you do use the skill, you know, you can't activate the skills, which is also going to be a problem. It kind of takes away the whole Kitus effect that you're supposed to have in the first place. I mean, this deck is a problem. I mean, you can attack directly, can't be targeted, can't be destroyed by battle or card effects because of the scales. When I see C tier, I really think, is it competing with C tier? Honestly, like maybe
competing with C tier. Oh no, yo, they broke my video, guys. They broke my video. Oh no.
It does depend. It does honestly compete with a
no, they broke it. Come on.
Decent amount of C. I don't know. I feel like it's a sleeper, but I feel like
we got this far. Yeah, they're gonna put it. Are they gonna put
might be in D2? Because I see harpies there, and I honestly feel like it may be in a similar regard to harpies,
which I don't feel too bad about, because it being on the same tier as Abyss Actors kind of, you know, shows that it's a good tier to be in. D isn't a bad deck tier. It's just not as good as it used to be, kind of thing.
It's almost like a needs improvement kind of, like just needs improvement, needs support kind of tier. Like,
yeah. For example, Triamids. So this deck.
Alright, Triamids. I mean, hey, Steven and Sean used to play this deck. I don't know where you guys would put Triamids. D. Everyone said okay.
Deck was on and off the tier list for years. after it came out, and it actually did finally get a support card that's actually really nice. However, unfortunately, by that time, it was already basically in the F tier. It got a new support card, which basically puts it in the E tier.
My God,
Right. Starry is better than at least half the decks above it, by the way.
my boy.
Alright, so they put in E. I mean, I honestly can't say anything about Tribe, as I'm not, like, that familiar with it, so... Blue Eyes unironically isn't the worst. I could see D for, like, they have the spell that, like, like, if they go turn 2 and they open up, but, like, DE for sure, DE for sure.
The man with the most privilege in the game, the Blue Eyes Privileged Dragon. Honestly, it's always gonna hang around. I don't care what the format is. Of course, put it in the S tier just off artwork alone. They still have some dope things they can do. They've gotten more melody now, which makes it more consistent for them to get their plays off. They can go into Croco and get the draw off. They can obviously draw into their karma cuts, their cards of consonants. They've got the consistency. I mean, they still, break every here and there, but they also have the skill to really going for the follow-up play. I mean, it's a really nice deck. I would have to say, personally, looking at the tier list, I would honestly say this is probably a sleeper. When I look at it, I do think that this does compete with everything in C, can beat it, can, I'm not saying it's going to beat it all the time, but I do think this can beat everything in C pretty decently. It can compete with B, but I think B is where it really, really starts getting pressed a lot more. Decks like Heroes are definitely going to be on his head. Salmon Grace are going to be a problem. So I definitely think C is a bit more where it belongs. It seems pretty clean, which is crazy to think that Blue Eyes hasn't really gotten much support in a long time, and it's still kind of floating around this heavily.
And it also fits. The Blue Eyes gets to be on the same tier as the Dark Magician.
Totally makes sense, right? I didn't even notice.
Blue Eyes can't compete even with Kai. Did they put Blue Eyes in S? No, they didn't put Blue Eyes in S tier. All right, if they don't, for Orcus, if they don't put it in S tier, guys, we're gonna have like.
All right, so best deck in the game. Okay.
They're gonna do War Rocks. Okay. All right. Icy check teams real quick. If you play Blue Eyes, you are fucked. Yeah. All right. Wait, Val, where are we putting what's this? Where are we putting War Rocks here? Kobe's putting it in F tier for War Rocks. Yo, that's crazy. Val, C for War Rocks. F. All right, let's see where they do it. Let's see where they do it.
We want to talk about the best deck in the game. We haven't put anything in the S tier yet, so of course we're gonna put the War Rocks in S tier. Do you have any disagreements there, Weatherman?
I mean, of course not. I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, have you ever went to war with the Rocks before?
I hope to never be in that scenario, man. I would never want to go to war with a rock.
How about a rock lobster?
A rock lobster.
A rock lobster.
In all seriousness, I think we all know where this deck belongs. No, I can't put it there. I'm gonna put it in the E tier. It's solid.
Cool. They
rocks.
Yo, they like Val, guys. They do not like Val.
I would even say that every other deck in the E tier is probably better than War Rock.
Honestly, it almost makes me want to move Inferno. It's just thinking about how.
What do you mean?
just thinking about what War Rock does, it almost makes me think, like, man, like,
at least
maybe Inferno isn't as bad as I'm thinking it is.
Hold on, man. We'll put War Rocks in like tier below F. We'll keep it down here off the tier.
Keep it untiered.
Untiered, yeah. In all seriousness, Orcus S tier, right?
Best deck in the game, hands down.
Unquestionably. Do you need us to tell you about why Orcus is the best deck in the game?
I mean, look at how many variants are just running rampant, you know what I mean? And that in itself will tell you, it's almost like the Mech Knight effects. And I mean, you see how Mech Knights are now after the ban list, you know.
All right, let me get the
Orcus are in its pre-ban.
Let me get the link for you guys here. All right, all you guys been asking for the link here, so here it is, guys. Here is the link. All right, now it's time
phase right now.
Okay.
They've got consistency, non-target removal, you know, on your turn, the ability to do it in multiple ways, you know, the trap to make it even better, the ability to search for their draw two, the draw two in the first place with orchestrated return, the babble, you know, to make all of the orchid effects quick plays. I mean, you ask for what broken thing does the deck need, and I mean, it's already here. If they were to get their broken thing, they wouldn't be tier 1 anymore, they'd be tier 0.
Right. Can you tell me which card in Orcust isn't broken?
You know what I mean? We posted a poll about what was the best card, and a lot of people picked Dengursu. But to be honest with you, like to be to be honest with you, you know, I don't even know if I would say Dengursu. Like, obviously, yeah, you know, when you as far as the boss monster goes, 100%, but like, it's a lot of things prior to that are busted before you even get to Dengursu.
Yeah, we all agree.
All right, so this is our unbiased tier list with not a single shred of falsity in the entire thing. If you disagree with anything in this tier list, I apologize. All that means is that you're wrong.
Right, you disagree with
and
yeah,